Greetings and salutations. Welcome to another episode of 365 Days of Gaming. I appreciate you taking time to check out this video. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Greatly appreciate it, so thank you in advance. Now, today's episode, we are covering one of my all-time favorite superheroes. We've done it a little bit before. We need to do something to show you the peak of Spider-Man gameplay, and this is Spider-Man for the PS4. If you are a Spider-Man fan, I don't have to ask if you played this. You played it. You watched a YouTube video or something. You are 110% familiar with it. But for those of you, for some reason, who can play it and have not played it, what are you doing? If you are a fan of Spider-Man, look, they've done a bunch of Spider-Man games. The Spider-Man games have never actually really been bad. They've always been, if nothing else, serviceable. And Spider-Man's definitely a video game made hero. Now, this game does everything that all of those games did in any way possible 10 times better. So just maneuvering through the city, which is something that's not new, just looks and feels better. Web swinging looks and feels better. Everything about the way you control Spider-Man, you know, and maybe it was just we didn't have the technology beforehand to really give people that type of access, but like, this is still one of the best looking games to me, just from just pure aesthetic purposes and what, you know, I want when I see a video game based on a superhero. Like, this is, you know, to me better than the movies, just because I get to play it and I'm not just watching things happen. So visuals aside, again, gameplay wise, content wise, like this game has so many suits that you get to pick from, and they have nothing to do with anything. Like, half of them, they just are purely aesthetic, because you get the ability for a lot of the suits, they have powers to them. So by unlocking the suit, you unlock the power to add to any suit, which to me was a very smart choice, because I would have hated to have to play a suit that I technically don't like for the power it may have given me. Some of the suits are definitely jokes. One of my favorite suits is the one where it's basically like you're the animated version, and it's like comic book Spider-Man, right? And you are in, you know, what is made to look like the real world, but you are clearly, you know, cartoonish. And the fact that whatever suit that you put on, like, shows up in the actual game, again, I am a big fan. Like, graphics are what they are. They're pretty good most of the time. I would rather the game do what this game does, where whatever suit you're wearing appears in the actual cutscenes, than to do the thing where I have this cool thing on, and then when you show me, I have whatever generic version of the character you want me to look like. It always just kind of takes me out of it. Like, Ratchet & Clank did a very good job of that as well, which is why it's another one of my favorite games, just because it's an immersion thing for me. Like, I want to just be in this, and this is what this Spider-Man game does so well. Like, this is why it is, to me, one of the best video games, but, you know, clearly the best Spider-Man game that we've ever gotten. And I'm sure there's some people who played, you know, most of the Spider-Man games like me and may like a different one, and I get it, I understand, but I don't know. I just, from the moment I played this, like, I'm not a big, like, 100% person. Like, that's not really my goal when I play the games. It's just to kind of experience what, you know, as much as I can that I feel like it's fun. And if something doesn't feel fun, I just don't do it unless it's required to complete the game. So with this game, this is one of the games where I felt like I wanted to do everything the game had to offer. Like, every trial, every little mini game, every, you know, anything that was in it, I just wanted to keep playing it. And that's how fun it is to me. The story is very Spider-Man-ish, so it's nothing like really new. There are some things that are kind of new for like that in this game, but for the most part, it is essentially you stop Kingpin at the beginning of the game, creates a power vacuum, snowball effect, villains start to emerge. Like, you know, you're working for Dr. Octopus before he becomes Doc Ock. So, like, you know, it's a lot of stuff going on. And, you know, in a Spider-Man fashion, where there's always too much going on and he's still having to deal with everything, because on top of that, he's trying to be like regular Peter. So he's got to go volunteer at the shelter and, you know, meet Unmade for soup, or, you know, whatever they're doing. But it's just a really, you know, it's tragic in the Spider-Man sense, because there always has to be some, you know, big loss, or, you know, for somebody. And you know, you get the introduction of young Miles Morales, and there's just a lot of good Spider-Man content here. If you're a fan of the web slinger, you will enjoy all of this and more. Like, I bought all the DLC. Like I said, anything that allowed me to play this game more, I was all for it. And I'm very excited that we're getting a sequel to this. I still need to play Miles Morales for whatever reason, but I'll do it before the new game comes out. At least that's what I'm telling myself. I don't know. It doesn't get any better than this. So if you played this game, you're a Spider-Man fan, whatever it may be, let me know. Just love to hear from you because, it's Spider-Man. He's great. He's awesome. He's one of the best superheroes ever. Appreciating you letting me reminisce with you. Y'all have fun. Y'all be safe. Peace.